Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is May 26th, and if you haven't know me by now, my name is Susan. I'm a real estate agent, I'm a coach, I'm a mom, I'm an investor, I'm an Airbnb owner. I don't know, a cereal lover for those who followed me during COVID. I am a cereal lover. Serial, the breakfast cereal, not the serial killer lover. I don't watch crime documentary. So thank you so much for joining me and joining me today and watching and following me. So today I want to talk about what other can I talk about real estate and the market. So it looks like a lot of people like to know how the market is doing. And yes, there's many ways to figure out how the market is doing and what's going on in the market. So that's what my video today is about, is to show you all the different ways that you can look at a market and see how it's doing. And there's just so much information out there, and hopefully I can walk you through it and give you some clarity. If it gets too complicated, throw down some comments. If you don't understand something, I'll be more than happy to share with you. So that being said, let's get started. There's a lot of information I want to share with you, and so here we go. So let's just click on this. There we go. And by the way, anybody out there who's using a Mac, I don't know if you know this, but my background changes by itself, which is amazing. I love it. Like the other day it was blue and now it's like this orange purple color. It just keeps changing around, making it so nice for me. So here we go. So here is something that agents use a lot. It's called Market Watch, and it has all the information that is pulled from Treb. It talks about many different things and also talks about many different areas. So I won't be able to go through the whole thing, of course. It's a lot of information, but there's a few things that I want to point out to help you understand how the market is really doing. Right? And we like to compare things, from this month to last month, from this year to last year, just to have a feel. So you already know how it feels like last year and last month. And so you want to know what is today compared to those times, right? So here we go. Let's look over here. You know what? Just give me 1 second here. I will make my mouse a little bit bigger so that you're able to, see. I should have done this beforehand. Again, this is filmed live, and so a few technical difficulties or pause. I wish I can just pause this video, but then I'll be pausing, of course, the live stream, and I don't know where it is. Mouse options. So is this it here? No, that's the speed. Well, okay, you know what, you're just gonna have to follow my tiny little mouse. Hopefully, there you can see a little bit bigger if I shake it. Okay, so here we go. So this here talks about, let's highlight a little bit there, how many houses got sold. So the activities that's happening in the market, right? And so this looks like it's comparing from last year to this year, how many homes are sold within the month. So last year, 2021, in April, there were 13,613 homes that got sold. Comparable to this year in April, 8,000 homes got sold, right? So it looks like we were doing less transaction than we were last year. Well, you're like, well, does that mean the market is slower? No, obviously. Is it? Was it slower? Wait, no, let me think about that. Yes, last month was a little bit slower than last year during April. So yes, it was a little bit slower. But then look at this. Look at the average price. Even though we were a little bit slower than last year. So last year, about, a little bit above $1 million in April 2021. And this year is 1.2 for the average price. 1.2, a little bit more than 1.2 for April last year. So even though we sold less homes, we were selling it at a higher price, right? So you can see, then you can go, okay, how's the market? Is it doing better? Is it doing worse? Well, it's doing better than last year, right? Because we were actually selling at a higher rate, a higher price. Was there more activities or less activity? There was less activities, less people moving, but they were just moving at a higher price. Right? So that's one way to take a look at it. Another one that a lot of people don't talk about is months of inventory. So month of inventory means that if all the houses on the market today, right, were the only houses that were left, so no new homes were coming on the market, so all the houses that we have today, how long will it take to sell off all the current inventory? So that will be months of inventory. And so if you look down here, we'll look at regions, and hopefully you can see this well. I'm not sure how you can see it on your end. If you are looking on an iPhone or your cell phone, I apologize if the numbers are very small. There's just a lot of data here. Maybe you can hop onto my YouTube and then pause it, and then, let's just plug in there from my YouTube channel. Here we go. So let's zoom this as much as I can. So it's break down into areas, and if you ever want your area to be highlighted, just let me know by commenting in the section below, of course. I have my comment section open here so I can see. If you're watching this as not the live stream but as rerun, that's okay. Still comment, and I'll find the comment and I'll answer for you. So we'll just look at TREB, like Toronto Real Estate Board overall, because it'll be too much to go into each section. So if you look over here, we'll skip all these kind of numbers and just focus on this part here. It says months of inventory, right? There we go, right? Months of inventory. So basically, if all the homes currently active listing, right? It says here 13,000 active listing. If we stopped having new listing on the market, how long will it take us to sell off all these listings? It'll take them less than 1 month. Right? That is extremely hot. I'm just checking my mic to see if it's on. Yes, it's on. You can hear me, right? Okay. So it looks like less than 1 month, all the homes on the market will be gone. Right? So that is extremely hot market. So if you're wondering how is the market doing for April, now this comes out every month. So May, I don't have information yet until May is over. So in the beginning of June, I can review how May was. But right now for April, right? How was it doing? Yes, we only have like less than 1 month of inventory, and that's extremely hot market. So in COVID, I think we had like 2 or 3 months of inventory, if I'm correct. Maybe I can pull that up another day. Actually, you know what? Let's pull it up now, right? So actually, I can show you how to pull up this graph if you're really interested, right? So TREB, if you go TREB Market Watch, you can see there, right? The first one that pops up is that one, and then you can actually just click the full report here and take a look at that. You can find your own, area. And if you have questions of how to read it, let me know, right? So let's see here. I believe it's see historical reports. Nope, that's not it. Okay, let's try that again. Live streaming, right? 2020, here we go. COVID. Okay, so what was it? COVID hit in March. So let's look at April 2020. Let's see how many months of inventory we had during COVID, right? So yeah, we had about 2 months. Yes. I don't remember a lot of things, but real estate looks like I have a good memory for it. Can't remember your name, but if you told me where you lived and I've sold your home, I'll remember the house, but I might not forget your name, which is horrible. I'll tell you the last time I ate cereal. I remember that. Okay, so here we go. About 2 months of inventory during COVID, right? So that was kind of a slower market, as you can see. Well, 2 months is still really hot. And you can see other places that wasn't so hot. So King was quite looked at during COVID because I believe they were hit the hardest during COVID. So King City had, I believe, 8 months. Here we go. 8 months of inventory during COVID. Now that means that, again, just to remember, if all the homes in their area, right, were to be sold with no new homes coming on the market, so just have to sell off what they had. And I believe the number next to active listing, so this number here. So it would take 8 months for them to sell off 180 homes, right? So that's very slow. And so a lot of people are asking, like, right now it's so slow, Susan. I think we're in a buyer's market. Well, are we though? Are we at, let's take a look at King City, since we just talked about King City. Here we are, King City. Just kind of go over here. Tell me where if I like 2 months. Even King City right now is pretty good. 2 months, right? 98 listing and 2 months and we're done, right? If you are, I think that's the slowest. Actually, that is the highest number I can find in the area. So King City is having the slowest market. It's not really slow, but right. So overall, we are doing very well, right? So that's one way of taking a look at how the market is doing. So just review, you can look at, let's go back up here, the activity, how many homes are being sold. You can look at the price compared to last year and this year, how well we're doing or how well we're not doing. You can look at months of inventory, see how long it takes to sell off everything on the market, right? Those are 2-3 ways to find it. So last way I would like to show you is again some graphs here. So you can also take a look at, let's see here, we have available homes for sale. So inventory wise, right? So you can see that, okay, are we having too much homes available, not enough homes available? How is the market doing in terms of comparing to all the other years, right? So it looks like here, you can see 2021, which was last year, was like a good market, right? I would say like a lot of homes were selling quickly, prices were going up, things like that. So you can see this yellow bubble here. This one here is 2021 and looks like we had very low inventory, which then means that, you know, prices seems to go up a little bit higher if we don't have enough houses to sell for everybody, right? Historically, over the past, let's say 10 years, you can see that here. Oh, there we go. Where you're not seeing the graph, no one commented, so I'm supposed to know, right? Let's just take a look here. Hold on. So I wasn't even sure if you guys were seeing anything. Hope you guys were. Well, I'll go look at my live stream again and see if anybody could see anything, and then I will, and then I might have to redo this video. Oh, darn it. That's okay. Live stream for you, right? Let's see here. So let's see here. Where were we? So this graph that you didn't see before, now you can see it. Let's take a look at here again. Where was I? Lost my train of thought now. So yes, the how much inventory is on the market. So here you can see that we had low inventory last year, and so that's why we had, you know, the prices going up and things were selling in multiple offer. So when we have low inventory, most likely there's not enough homes for everybody, and so the inventory, you know, kind of like inventory would like the lower inventory would make the prices go higher because everyone's kind of fighting over it, right? As you can see, the last 10 years or 5 years, we had good inventory, right? All the numbers are like right up here, right? And then so that would be good. And so this year and last year and the year before that, we didn't still have so much inventory. And so that's why it feels like the prices are going up a little faster. There's more multiple offers, right? So that's another way to take a look at the market. So let's see what else I have here that I can share with you guys. Here we go. Just wait for this to load. Oh, of course. I've gone through this before and I can go through it again if you haven't seen the other videos. This is basically how many homes are sold compared to how many homes are on the market. Newly on the market, right? So all the red is everything that's currently on the market and all the blue is something that's sold. And the light shaded one is last year and the dark shaded one is this year, right? So we want to compare year to year and then what's sold and what's currently on the market, right? So last year in April, it was extremely hot. So the shaded one here, you can see that we actually sold everything that was on the market and everything that was left over from last month and the month before that and the month before that. So it looks like the blue was way over, the blue, which is how many sold, was way over how many listings that we have available that month, right? If you're thinking, Susan, how is that possible? If I had 10 apples, how could I sell 15 apples? Well, because there was 5 apples left over from last month, right? And so that's what happened here. We were actually absorbing the inventory that was left over from a couple months before last year. And so that was extremely hot, right? So this year, the same thing happened again for January, February, and March, right? We were absorbing everything that came on the market and everything that was left over from the previous months or previous months, right? And so in April, looks like it that we didn't absorb everything. More listing actually came out than, you know, the last 2 months, 3 months. And so that's why it felt a little bit slower than you like, everyone's like, oh, the market's slowing down, prices falling. Well, it's because, you know, we were still actually a lot of things were selling. If you can see here, more than half of everything was selling. So 1 out of 2 homes were selling. And if you've watched my previous videos, you know that if 1 out of 2 homes are selling, we are in a seller's market still. Let's see here. How else can we take a look at how the market is doing? So the last one I have here for you is the price year over year. Again, is this price? No, this is not. This is monthly units of sales. So this is how the activity is doing. how many homes are being sold per month, and then compared to all the other years. I know it looks kind of messy here, but let's just take a look here. Here we go. Take a look here. So here is the green, which is this year. So it looks like, we are selling a little bit even more than all the other years here. All the other years are like down here. But last year, which is up here, and then 2017, which is up here, is when we had sold a lot of homes, and then we come in third place out of the other years. And all the other years, 10 years before that, looks like we didn't have that much activity. So actually more and more people are selling, right? Oh, actually that's March. I'm sorry. We're in April here. Okay. So in April, it looks like, oh, look, actually, if you look in April, we are actually doing normal compared to the last, an average sales compared to, like, let's say the past 10 years, right? It looks like last month was kind of abnormal, that we sold a lot more than usual, right? So you can, again, use this to see how the market is doing. I had one for prices. I can't see it. I think it's right here. Oh, or unless we already did prices. I think we did. Okay. Sorry. Losing track because I'm talking so much. So let me just go back to here. There we go. Hopefully all that information wasn't too overwhelming for you guys. Oh, I got to figure out how to put this mic so it's not in my way, because I talk with my hands, as you can see, and I'm just hitting into my mic. So as you can see, those are all the information that you can use to figure out how the market is doing. This is how I take a look at the market. The news may say something, and it may not be true. And usually when I see the news saying that, the sky is falling, or we're having too much multiple offers, everything is selling off the charts, well, I go back to these charts and figure out, is it true? Right? And this is how I figure it out. And I'll be more than happy to share with you if there's a certain area that you want to take a look at. And of course, every week I will be coming back here with these charts to show you how the market's doing, because we do track it week by week to see how many homes are being sold compared to how many homes are being on the market. And that's how I figure out how the real estate market's doing. If I find that not a lot of homes are selling compared to a lot of homes are coming on the market, then I would kind of be like, okay, I think we're going to be heading into a very slow market, because we can't absorb all the things that are coming onto the market. But if I find that we are just absorbing everything that comes on the market, and I can see it by stats and data, then yeah, I can let you know that we're extremely hot market. If you have a home to sell. That's all I have for today. Hope you guys have a good evening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you all on the next live stream. Bye for now.